Hello everyone, Yuki Human here. This video is an update video of my 3.28 League starter, Assassin Minor using Wave of Conviction Trarthus. I've upgraded my character to an extent where there is no point to further gear up the character considering the constraints a minor have. I'll suggest some advice and upgrade priority based on my mapping and bossing experience with Assassin and after swapping to WoCT. To begin with, I want to explain why I stopped gearing up my character at the current stage. In short, I want to try different mapping strategies, but a minor is built squishy and clear relatively slow. Minor is a great boss killer, good at nightmare map boss rush and fear rotation with high damage and a not bad map clear speed. But with the T17 map changes, a character that is good at boss fight and map clear at the same time is not necessary, which means the extra map clear advantage of minor is no longer meaningful. I would rather play trap if I want to become a true boss killer that literally one-tick the boss. Of course, this is pure personal opinion and I still enjoy this build very much. But further investing in the current character doesn't help me to gain the ability to try extra content, so I stopped investing in my character. The reason for choosing Assassin is mentioned in the previous video, so check the video if you are really interested. WoCT is just more consistent damage where you don't lose damage while managing your DPS rotation. For the advice, the most important thing is to roll your map with a strict regex. Things like ailment avoidance, action speed, crit damage reduction and CDR reduction are lethal to elemental damage minor. It sounds stupid, but freeze and chill is good at stopping the mobs landing hits onto you. Literally just don't get hit. Also, the shock and scorch provided a high damage boost, so the ailment avoidance is already around 40% damage loss with defensive debuff. With scaled explicit map mod, crit damage reduction can go up to 70%, which should be avoided. Imagine a T17 mod 100% more monster life is just 50% damage loss, you get the idea. CDR reduction not only shortens the effective uptime of Immortal Call, but it also makes your detonation skill to have a longer delay. This might kill you if you have other lethal damage map mods. I'll have my regex below for your reference, but you need to constantly adjust the regex when you died constantly in the map. Things like attack speed is lethal to those low evasion characters, but mine is fine for most of the cases. The second advice is that don't chase forbidden jewels if you don't have enough currency. And don't blindly follow what those guides or streamers are using since the price will go up like insane. Using 2 double crit with life jewel is good enough to boost your damage with a low budget. Try to snap for fractured flat damage or crit damage and craft the jewel with harvest. Advice 3. Get your mana regen higher or equals your mana consumption. Swap your gem to a 6-link and equip brutality. Go find a boss or PvP to test if you have sufficient mana to keep throwing mines. The best scenario is having your mines around 15 to 18 constantly to gain bonus damage buff. Having 20 mines is fine, you won't overthrow since you won't stand still during boss fight anyway. The following will be my upgrade priority, and remember I'm playing Assassin, so if you're Trickster just follow Dumb Zero's guide as he has already explained most of the concerns. I'll leave the list on the screen for a while and keep explaining the reason behind. As an Assassin, upgrading our weapon is pretty easy as local crit chance and spell damage is easy to craft. Even with my current rune dagger, it's just around 25 to 30% damage boost and we need to manage the extra mana cost from extra gem levels, so no point for us to spend too much currency on it. For the body armor, having a decent evasion provides us more time to kill the mobs before getting hit. Together with Ghost Dance, we won't get stunned and die immediately. Many people try to use Giga Damage Shield or dual wielding, but having higher damage from 20M to 28M won't make my mapping safer, but a shield could sometimes keep me alive and save some portal time. It's personal choice, you can get a higher damage with dual wielding first and swap to shield after that, or just keep dual wielding. The reason why I suggest not using Shaper Elder base Archdemon Crown but a Shaper base instead, is the crafting cost difference. For Shaper base, slamming Essence and Reforge crit can guarantee a spell crit. If it has empty prefix, then craft +10 gem and your helmet is done. Rolling T1 spell crit is 33%, but if you're using Shaper Elder base, you only have 17% chance to hit T1 spell crit. Also, the extra cost of getting concentrated effect could be huge if you're unlucky. I've already spent over 60 divines crafting my helmet and settled with a T1 life prefix without concentrated effect. For the sake of your mental health, personally I don't suggest getting a Shaper Elder base for crafting. Before getting a focused amulet, you'll have attribute issues, so getting a lethal pride for extra strength is great. Remember to use the timeless jewel tool in POE to find a decent and cheap jewel. For focused amulet, +4 gem is better for damage, but +2 gem is better for mental health, so pick your choice. The damage difference is not that huge if you're not using Reflecting Mist on it. Even with Reflecting Mist, having more crit multi and reduced mana cost is still excellent, so +4 gem is not that necessary for damage boost. That's all my opinions for the build. As always, I'll leave you the gameplay footage for reference, which is a fear rotation with uber bosses. I'm still thinking about what to play next. Bannerman or Minion Pack Chieftain with Fulcrum sounds fun, but I don't have that much time to theorycraft the build. Comments for discussion, and more importantly,